What's up, good people? You guys are pedal freaks, I know it, so you'll be interested in this one. This, from my friends at CKK, is the Scream Honey Overdrive. So my friend Wu over at CKK in China, he contacted me recently and he said, hey, I've got a pedal for Marshalls, for boosting Marshall style amps, and that's kind of my thing. I love Marshall style amps. My PT100 is based on Marshall drive, so is the PT15. And he promised me that it wouldn't make the amp like fart out or get too woofy in the low end, but yet it doesn't attenuate low end like a tube screamer does. And he also said that it would give the tone more attack. So anyway, that sounds different than anything that I have. I mean, the drive that I use on my board right now to boost my amps is a Rocket Archer. It's kind of a low-mid sort of affair, really. It fattens up the mid-range. It's almost like the opposite of a tube screamer, where I think of as a tube screamer kind of like in the mid-mids or like upper mids or something. The Archer is more like a low-mid kind of thing. It doesn't really excite the top end too much. It just makes the individual notes fatter. Well, this pedal, the first time I turned it on and tried it, it was almost like kind of like hearing the top boost of a Vox, where it's like, you know, you get that excited harmonics and chime and stuff on the top end, but it was doing it to the Marshall sound. And sure enough, it was like super tight and just kind of excited the harmonics of the amplifier. I mean, you heard it right off the bat when I played it right at the beginning. Even the harmonics on the guitar, when I did the, you know, doing the Eddie Van Halen, like roll your palm down the strings thing, I was trying to show that it makes the harmonics just leap off the strings and like jump out of the guitar. So I know a lot of you out there think, oh, overdrives, they're kind of all the same. What I'm going to show you in this video is actually, I'm just going to compare it to my Archer to show you just how different it is than, say, a KLON style drive, first of all, so that you can hear that it's like a whole nother world. It's a very different sound. Both are cool, but this one definitely does an interesting thing. So what do they say on their website? Well, first of all, okay, this thing's very limited. I'll tell you that right now, because they're making it out of some sort of vintage chip or vintage components. So they've got enough for, actually, I don't want to quote because I'm not sure how many, but it ain't many. It's like less than a few hundred, I think. Right on the website, it says using vintage components, which will never be found again, making low frequency more wider and deeper. That's the thing, is the pedal doesn't actually attenuate lows. If anything, it somehow manages to stay tight while adding gain, boosting the amp. Making the tone extremely transparent and touch sensitivity. Yeah, I would say it does that. Military grade PC board with thickened copper and gold plated. I'll show you a picture on the screen right now of these pedals. I mean, they look beautiful on the inside. They're really, really well made. These guys at CKK and Cinvertech, I've been a big fan of their pedals for a while, because they are like, these guys are boutique pedal kind of geeks, just like we are. I mean, they're really into this stuff over there. What else? Tuning the overdrive tone with the reference to the vintage amps. They're big into, you know, the making pedals that sound like amps. The number 5 drive and the whole series of those are some of the best amp-like pedals I've tried. Maintaining the original frequencies of the amp itself, so being relatively transparent, not to alter your amp tone too much. Making high frequency features more attack. Yeah, so definitely there's more attack and like harmonics and stuff jumping off the strings for sure. I mean, like, I tried to do a lot of palm mutes in that song. I kind of did a quasi, I don't know, it's like pop thrash or something, but I tried to do some stuff that was really tight and show that there's a really explosive attack on the strings with this pedal. All components are hand tested and hand selected. So basically you get your standard arrangement here of a volume, overdrive or gain control and a tone control, but then there's 2 different switches here. This one's called the hollow switch, and supposedly when you turn it on, it kind of smooths out some of the upper mids. I heard very little change with it, but if you're playing single coils or something, you might hear more change with that switch. And the other one is actually called, I believe it's called the bold switch. Let me double check here. Yeah, the bold switch. This definitely does something. When you turn it on, the sound just gets bigger. It definitely is adding some low end. I think they say that it adds a little bit of gain as well, but I just hear a little bit fuller tone when I turn this on. So for the tightest sounds, you might want to have it off, or if you want to fatten up the tone just a little bit, because it is pretty subtle. Okay, so what I want to do is just play through the pedal a little bit more. I want to show you actually what it sounds like through a clean channel with some single coils. You know, it's really nice actually, like on a Strat neck pickup into the clean channel. It gives you an almost like verging on like treble boost kind of clarity, which is really nice for the Stratty kind of clean tones on a neck pickup. Then I'm also going to play the pedal a little bit more through my old Marshall JMP 50, and then I'm also going to play through my TC Ditto looper, loop apart, and that'll be going through my PT100 on the dirty channel. So lots of sound examples here. Let's get to it. Here we go. Hey, thanks for watching my video on the CKK SCREAM HONEY. This is a really cool pedal. It's a unique overdrive that doesn't sound like anything else I've tried. There's almost qualities in there, like I say, of like treble booster, but it's not a treble booster. Maybe it is definitely like layering a little bit of Vox mojo on top of, you know, like a Marshall distortion sound or something is what I'm digging about it. The harmonics and the, you know, the attack. It's just kind of really a unique sounding pedal, and I really dig it. I think I might end up putting this on my pedal board. It's just a great way to kind of excite a Marshall or, you know, that Marshall style distortion sound. I didn't try it in front of like a Mesa or something like that. I don't even have one here, but I bet it would do a really similar thing. Kind of tighten the sound, brighten it up a little bit, just make it a little bit more exciting. It's almost like a overdrive with an exciter built in or something. Anyways, I dig it. You can check it out at the website down in the video description below. Click there. It'll take you to all the info you could want to know about this, but I'd move fast because they're going to go pretty quick, I think. And once they're gone, they're gone. Thanks for watching my channel. Please hit subscribe if you haven't. Hit the little bell beside the subscribe. You'll get an alert when I put out new videos. I am Pete Thorn. I'll see you guys real soon. Take care.